The Enugu State Coalition of Gender-Based Violence Prevention Service Providers has reiterated its mission to sustain its mandate on stemming the tide of gender-based violence in the state. This was the general consensus at the Gender-Based Violence Prevention Recognition Award held at the Parliament Hall Post-Primary Schools Management Board in collaboration with the State Ministry of Children, Gender Affairs and Social Development. Speaking at the event, the wife of Enugu State Governor, Mrs. Nkechire Rumba, and the Commissioner for Children and Gender Affairs, Mrs. Ngozi Eni, who were both represented at the event, stressed the need for more support and collaboration among relevant stakeholders to sustain the fight against GBV-related issues.
Fortunately, the United Nations, which is a global effort, has recognized that gender-based violence is not just beating a woman, but every action you make to humiliate somebody because you have an advantage against that person. It's not just women, it could be men, it could be boys, it could be girls. Men are also protected when the issue of GBV arises. Women will not stay quiet and see a man humiliated by a woman.
As we all know, the prevention of GBV is all about collaboration and partnership. Nobody does it alone. Nobody does it alone. So we wish to commend all service providers that has partnered in one way or the other with the office in the fight, in the elimination of GBV violence, especially in the lives of women and girls and persons living with disability, who are usually the vulnerable ones that are usually affected in the fight.
Earlier in her opening remarks, the Executive Director, Global Initiative for Development, Care of Women and Youth, GIDCOWE, Ngozi Ebo, who outlined the success story of the coalition, acknowledged the efforts of the Enugu State Governor, Peter Mba, the State Commissioner for Children, Gender Affairs and Social Development, Ngozi Eni, security agencies, private business owners, as well as well-meaning organizations for their unwavering support towards the fight against gender-based violence. She said the coalition has continued to promote coordinated survival-centered approach that enhances support and strengthens advocacy efforts, ensuring women's voices and experiences are integral to peace and security initiatives.
We are most grateful to the Honorable Commissioner for Children, Gender Affairs and Social Development for giving us the enabling environment, the support to be able to achieve the much that we have. As we speak, the content for the GBV prevention curriculum is already with us, and a copy is with the Ministry of Children, Gender Affairs and Social Development. And we can also report that in their meeting at the national level, the curriculum for GBV inclusion, GBV prevention inclusion into the smart schools was adopted by the national body. And you know, it gives us some level of joy and happiness that the little efforts that we are making are seriously backed up by key policy makers. And we just can't thank the key policy makers in Enugu State enough for making this happen.
Several dignitaries were honored at the event for their invaluable role in the fight against gender-based violence. Some of the awardees who spoke at the event thanked the organizers for the gesture, adding that such gesture will inspire them to continue the fight against gender-based violence-related issues.
By getting these awards today, it will inspire me to do more, because to whom much is given, much is expected. Personally, I will continue to ensure I do my very best to see that youths, especially the female, whose rights, whose whatever has been violated in any way, either sexually or otherwise, is given the appropriate attention that it deserves. And I've come to realize in the course of my career as a police officer that most times you find out that our youths, especially the female, don't like reporting cases of maybe sexual violence.
Odomero Ibodo Dome Television.